Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bravo Bubble. My name is Carla Kakowski, and I'm an improviser and a writer, and I live in Los Angeles.
Hi, everybody. My name is Robyn Lynn Norris. I am an actor, writer, and improviser. I also live in Los Angeles. Welcome to the Bravo Bubble, a podcast for Bravo-holics.
And they're friends who know nothing about Bravo TV.
Exactly. That's Carla.
That's me.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. This is so fun. It's summertime here, and I've been traveling a lot. Carla's about to travel. So we are making the decision to just stay on the Love Hotel journey. We finished the whole thing. So that's what
Yeah.
we're going to talk about now. So I'm going to just say before we even dive in, if you haven't finished it, because our last episode, we did episode 2. Now there are 8 episodes. If you haven't finished it, press pause, go binge the show. It's very bingeable, and then come
Yeah.
back and we will chat about it. So before we dive in, Carla, what's new in your world?
Oh gosh, great. Yeah, what's new in my world? I've been seeing so many movies this week. I saw
Ooh,
Moonstruck last night at the Academy, which I hadn't
oh,
seen since I was a kid.
fun.
What a fantastic movie. I knew it was good, but like I was a kid when I saw it, so it didn't mean
Hmm.
anything. And seeing it as an adult, it's like, oh my God, this is the best movie. So that was really fun. Also, the Academy is a fun place to see movies, except there's no popcorn, and that's kind of a bummer.
I know.
Uh, yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer with a girlfriend, who is the same age as I am. And so we kind of grew up on that original movie, and it was fun to see the remake. Or I guess it's kind of a sequel,
Okay.
even though it's called the same title, but like some of the original characters are in this one. I thought it was super fun. It's not getting great reviews. I don't care. I thought it was like a nostalgia fest and just like super fun to revisit the 90s.
That's
Um,
awesome. I mean, I'm gonna see
yeah.
it for sure. I don't
Yeah.
care. That movie doesn't need good reviews. It's just
It
gonna be fun.
doesn't. You know what you're getting into.
Yes.
And then I'm seeing Last Picture Show tonight at Vidiots, which we've talked about Vidiots before, I
Ooh,
think. So, yeah.
how fun. Look at
Yeah. I
you.
know. What a cinephile.
You are such a
Wow.
cinephile. Well, that's the thing about LA. We have the most gorgeous screening rooms here.
Yeah.
They're amazing, and the best ones don't allow you to have concessions. So you have
Yes.
to kind of just be like, okay, I don't get my popcorn. Because when I go, I want popcorn, I want M&Ms, and I want cherry Coke. And like,
Yeah.
so you
It's
just
part of
have
the
to just
experience.
get over that part. Yeah.
Yep. Make sure you eat before.
Yeah. I
What
don't think
about
I've
you? You've been doing some amazing stuff.
I
Fill us in.
have. I haven't seen any. I feel like I have seen a movie and I can't remember it. So we'll skip that. I've done a lot of travel. My father-in-law was visiting. So I think I might have said this on the last podcast. We took a couple weekend trips to various places right outside LA. It was so fun. And then this last week, I went to Hawaii because our
Mm,
friend Aaron Krebs had a big birthday there. He told us about it last year. So it was so fun. Atul and I
yeah.
went, and it was just great to see Aaron surrounded by like friends, family. Like he's such a great person and friend. And yeah, it was good to unwind. Of course, I was like, I'm gonna accomplish this when I'm there. And as soon as the plane landed, I was like, I'm doing nothing. So that's
Yeah.
why you may have noticed that we took last week off, and
Yep.
that's
That's
okay.
okay. It's okay. Life is life. There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on. I know I've only been to Hawaii once. I know you've been a lot. I've only been
Mm-hmm.
to Kauai.
Oh,
And I just remember as soon as I got off the plane, I was like, oh my God, I feel like a different person. Like
yeah.
I feel like the second you stepped off or I stepped off the plane, I was just like, this is so relaxing. Like it's a
Hmm.
vibe right
It
away.
it
Yeah.
is. It's the whole thing. It's the most gorgeous place I've ever been. And like that it's the air for me. Like the
Yeah.
air, it's just it doesn't get cool at night the way it does here. And I just love it's just like a dark, it's so dark at night. And then there's just like this, it's not too hot, but there's a breeze. It was
Yeah.
awesome. We went snorkeling to see sea turtles, which I have a
Fun.
phobia, like the especially the older I get. I don't like being in the open water. Like I don't
Mm.
like sharks. I don't like not knowing what's
I
underneath. I
don't like
just don't
sharks.
I don't like it. I know a lot of people have this. I used to, I worked on a cruise ship. I got in the ocean a bunch, but like lately I've just not been into it. I'm glad we did it. And then afterwards, though, Aaron told me that the instructor, I think his name was like Wade or Will or something, he said that there was a shark below us. So I was like, I'm never going again. And I guess it was like
I was
only a
gonna say,
foot.
but tell us how big it was.
It was a foot. It was a foot. Yet I was talking to Aaron because he was saying he has a similar phobia and he had gotten into it. And he's like, what I like to think about is like, if there's a baby shark, where's its mom? Right? I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah,
yes.
totally.
So I'm glad I found that out afterwards. I'm glad I did it
Yes.
though. Yeah.
That would have been upsetting for sure in the moment.
Yeah. Yes.
He
Um,
probably didn't want anyone to freak out because people panic and then all of a sudden that's when the
to
danger really happens.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And I,
yeah.
I know it's very common. I just, whoo, hoo, hoo, hoo.
Yeah, yeah. No, understandable for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't want to go on and on and on. I feel relaxed. I'm back in town and
Great.
I'm
Welcome back.
ready, thank you, to dive into Bravo because I have actually had weeks of shows building up. I usually watch things the second they come out. This is a unique episode for us because Carla watched all of Bravo's Love Hotel
Yeah.
before I did. She
Yeah.
watched it weeks ago.
Weeks ago. Yeah.
And I loved that. So I was like, I have to catch up. So I got up at 6 a.m. this morning, which I am not a morning person, and I just watched the last four episodes. I had watched the first four. So it is fresh on my mind. I know it's been a couple
Yeah.
weeks for you, Carla. So let's talk about it. What a journey.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it was really fun. It's super bingeable. I like, I guess, and I don't know that I would have understood this about myself prior to this show, but I think I like the expectation of some sort of game that they're playing,
Mm,
and here's the structure of what we're doing.
yeah.
I think I might have mentioned this actually before on a previous episode when we talked about Love Hotel. But yeah, I just like that a little bit better than the free for all that the other franchises have.
Yes, I think that's totally fair. And at some point we'll also have you watch Below Deck because there's a little more structure to that,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's a really popular show. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I love I like obviously the other shows. I love the structure of it. I also feel like this is kind of a unique dating game show that I had not seen it done in this way. And I don't watch a lot of dating shows, but I was like, okay, we have, you know, a wide range of ages.
Hmm.
It was interesting to have the ladies outnumbered by the men and to have them get to pick and have new people coming on throughout. So it really held my interest in a way that I was kind of looking forward to the show, but I was like, we'll see. And I really loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. I also like that three of the four women are, middle-aged, 40s,
Hmm.
50s. And so you get like a different perspective on what they're looking for than perhaps somebody who's younger and finds themselves in a dating situation more frequently.
Yeah, and for you, this was your time meeting most of these women. So you knew who Luann was
Yes.
a little bit, very little.
Yes.
And then you met Shannon, Giselle, and Ashley. And I know we talked on previous episodes. After you watched the whole thing, what were your impressions overall?
I actually ended up really liking all four of them. I think after the first episode, I wasn't sure about Shannon, right?
Hmm.
Shannon?
Yep.
But she really grew on me, and I ended up really, really liking her. So I'm excited to watch whatever one she is. It Orange County?
It's Orange County. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You've told me that before. And yeah, Luann is hilarious. And I think I texted you as I was finishing it up, and I was like, Luann is bananas. Like I
Yes.
don't understand where she's coming from, or like she's so ridiculous. I mean, she's a true character, I think,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
so different from the episode I saw her, the early New York.
I think I need to throw you into one of the like middle golden years of New York to see her because
Yeah.
she's so fun. Like, yeah, she's just like, I think top tier housewife reality
Yeah,
TV.
really fun. really kooky. She's like the kooky aunt, which I appreciate. I hope I'm the kooky aunt someday. I'd like to be that. Yeah, but like in the Housewives that I saw from the first season, right? It was the first season of New
Mm-hmm.
York. She's very like conservative, almost like
Mm-hmm.
sophisticated for sure, and like putting on airs,
Yes.
and portraying herself as very high status, and she doesn't stoop to like the
Mm-hmm.
commoners.
Yes.
Even in the, conversation she was having, she was easily offended by people being blunt. And so it's just like to go from that to this is like a totally different person.
Yeah.
So that's kind of wild. Yeah.
Totally. I love that you are having this experience because we all know her how she is now, and it's so true. She used to be so different. So I want to talk about the relationships where it ended up. Did the people end up with who you thought they were going to end up with? So do you want to just kind of go through each one?
Yeah, let's just go through each
Okay.
one.
Great. Why don't we start with Luann because that's top of mind for me. She was being ridiculous. Okay, so she was introduced to the James like in episode 3 or 4, and the way they even hit it off was funny to me because he goes,
Yeah.
"I like to have fun," and she's like, "I like to have fun," and then it was just like, "We like to have fun." Like such a simple, like so simple,
Yeah.
and yet they were so excited. I
Yeah.
just finished this, so I went on a big journey with James because I was like,
Me
"What is
too.
up with this dude?"
Did
Like,
not like James. I was not into him. I did not think he, oh, I'm sorry, James.
it's
I know
okay.
James is listening to this.
I
You're
know
right.
he is.
Uh, I did not think he was attractive, not like physically. I just didn't think his personality was
Mm,
attractive. He was very like clingy and like
yeah.
in love with her so quick. And all the complaints from the other people in the confessionals, I agreed with, where he was just like over the top. And it kind of gave me the ick, honestly. That's why when I texted you, I was like, I cannot
Oh.
believe she's into this guy.
Yeah, it was so interesting because same. He was like, "You're my girlfriend. You're my girlfriend." And
Ugh.
right away. And I did get that they had a connection because they also they wrote this song and they're singing it and it's like Love Hotel. And
It's
they just say
terrible.
that 3 times and then they're like living at the
Yeah.
Love Hotel. And they were, no offense, even more off key than I was just now. And like it made me laugh because they brought back Mark, the captain of the sea guy, and
Yeah.
I was excited about that. And Luann even was like, he's dressed like Jesus Christ superstar. I'm into it. So I was
Yeah.
excited, yet they were not really vibing. And then in his confessional, he's like, that song had 2 words. It's like they need to
Yeah.
workshop it. It was like so true. But yeah, he gave me the ick because then he went and then he said he was in love with her. And then he just
Uh,
kept like coming on so strong. And it was interesting because a little bit of old Luann personality came out in the chastising. One time he didn't have a shirt on and they were about to
yeah.
film and she was very upset. She's like, go put a shirt
Yeah.
on. Go put a shirt on. So that part came out, which I was like,
Yeah.
is this a theme? Because Shannon got grossed out by Earl not having a shirt on a boat. And I was like, I didn't know this was
Right.
a thing to get upset about. And then she got
Can I
really
just say
mad.
that when I was younger, my dad used to mow the lawn without a shirt on,
Uh-huh.
and our neighbors would make fun of him so much. They'd be like, "Put
Aw,
a shirt on."
put a shirt on. I mean, I think it's very common though. I remember people in our neighborhood doing that. And
Yeah.
I guess I feel like if you're on vacation and you're on a boat, it's
Yeah.
fine. I don't
I
know.
I think like I grew up like working class or whatever, so it doesn't feel like a big deal to me, but I think maybe more sophisticated people with expectations consider it like trashy.
Yeah, I think so because they were like, it's not. Yeah, they didn't use
Yeah,
the word trashy. They implied it though. They were just like,
right.
look, I have standards. Like, put a shirt on.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. And then she did snap at him because he put his arm around Cynthia, her friend that came on,
Yeah.
which we know Cynthia from Atlanta, and she was really upset. And I was honestly shocked that she was so into him. Like they were
Yeah, like
full on.
she was mean to him in that moment, and he was being weird.
Yeah.
He was being weird, but she like really overreacted, I thought.
Yes.
Especially based on like all the behavior he had already shown, for her to be surprised by that seemed
I
odd to
know.
me.
I
So I
know.
didn't understand. I don't know if we just got a weird edit of the two of them together from the producers or what,
I don't know about that because they were full on making out in the hot tub. He went to her
right?
room. They clearly hooked up. That is very Luann. Like she will just be like, okay.
Yeah,
So, and there is something where she definitely got, if you watch all of the New York episodes, she kind of had some bad ups and downs with some guys. So I think as carefree as she seems, she really does need
she
and
gets
want someone
triggered.
who's so into her, and he was
Yeah,
really into her. So, very interesting. At the end of the show, they say who's still together and who isn't.
yeah.
And I just looked it up and they're
Hmm.
dating.
They're together. Yeah. I mean, I think it's like an open relationship because it's long distance, but it sounds like they're still really into each other and he flies in to see her
Uh-huh.
a lot and
Yeah.
like she takes him to parties and it's like I guess we can say this. We'll go through, but
Yeah.
like they're the only couple that's still together.
Yeah. Like, what? What's
What?
happening?
I was shocked because I immediately looked it up after the show and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, what's going on with these people? And for like 100% was like they're not still together.
Yeah.
100% I thought she would be like super not into him the second the show was over.
Yeah.
And I was very wrong.
They're making it work. It's so funny. And she is just so funny. At one point, he comes over and hugs her on the couch, and they're all like crammed in. And I can't remember the guy's name because he came on later, and he's sitting next to her, and she's like kicking her leg up, like, oh, woo, oh,
Yeah.
woo. Like, and she does it like 10 times, and this guy's face is just like, She just like
What?
has no,
Yeah.
she's just in her world. It's funny.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, I think I assumed it was an open relationship, but maybe it wasn't. Did
Yeah.
you get that? Did you have that assumption too? Like currently?
I would guess that it probably is, knowing
Okay.
Luann.
I just realized I said it like it was a fact. I don't know that, but just
Yes,
yeah, the way that for whatever reason what I read it led me to believe like, oh, they're probably still dating other people as well, but they do seem really into each other and it's kind of like a
yeah,
long distance thing.
yeah. So don't come for us, internet.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. Uh,
James, that's his name, right? James?
James, yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know.
don't come
Uh,
for us, James, when you listen to this.
Now, there was a part where they were like, what if James had a mugshot? And then they put up a fake one of his and they put her real one up. And
Yes, yes.
I told you that she had a mugshot before.
Yeah,
So now you've seen the official mugshot.
I've seen it.
Luann.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. So let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna save Ashley for last. Next, we have Giselle, because we can go into Giselle. I just love her. She's so funny.
I love her. She might have been my favorite
Yeah,
after all was said and done. Although they kind of backed off on showing her too much, and I think it was just because she was not super clicking with anyone, you know?
right.
Yeah, there
Yes.
didn't
And
seem to be as much story there.
I think so. And I don't know if we mentioned this on previous episodes, that it was supposed to be somebody else in the cast.
Oh,
This girl, Bryn from the New York. And I don't know what happened, but then she didn't end up doing it. And so I think Giselle was a last minute replacement. So that might have
I
been part of
see.
it. She probably was like, I'm game, I'll go,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if she
I'll
was.
do a free week or 2 weeks, whatever it
Yeah,
was.
exactly. So she had, between Phil, fancy Phil, I'll call him, they seemed to really like each other. And then a
Yeah,
new guy came in. What's his name? Theo. Theo.
yeah,
And she really liked him.
yeah. I really liked him too.
Yeah.
He definitely wasn't like in terms of story, again, like he didn't have like the flashiest story or like the most ridiculous personality, but he just seemed like the most solid.
Yeah.
And he seemed more like somebody that I would be interested in just because he seemed pretty grounded and he was
Hmm.
funny and flirty, but not like overwhelming.
Yes.
I was shocked when she picked him. I thought she was going to pick Phil.
Me too.
And so I didn't, although I didn't, it did feel like her and Phil were just friends. I didn't like see
Yeah.
the sexual attraction really so much. And maybe that's just because they didn't act on it. I don't know, but
Yeah.
just based on what we saw as the viewers. Anyways, I was shocked to read
Yeah.
what happened with him. Please tell everyone
Oh,
if they don't.
wait, do I might not know what happened with him.
Okay, I did a deep dive on this one.
Because I just
So,
finished this, Carla, so I didn't
yeah.
get to do a deep dive. So you're
So
educating me
let
today.
me fill you in.
Oh,
Uh so this is awful. I after the show I was like those two are the ones that are still together. Like
uh-huh.
100% I thought they are still together. He seemed so into her. She was really like attracted to his kind of like his whole lifestyle. They just
Yeah.
seemed like a good fit. And I looked it up and you know how at the end they're like, "Oh, well, we'll see each other before Halloween or whatever." He
Uh-huh.
totally ghosted her. He never responded to her when she reached out. And then come to find out, like he didn't do any press, I
Oh.
believe, for the
Oh.
show. And he like nobody can really get a hold of him. And what maybe this was on Reddit that I read this, but it was like it's based on like a social media dive that people were doing. It seems like he's with somebody and that
Oh.
perhaps and like not to say that he was cheating on that person,
Uh-huh.
but that maybe something was already happening in real life with somebody else. And then when
Oh.
all of the like when the show came out that that person didn't want him to participate or whatever. I don't know. That's maybe
Oh,
throwing
wow.
guilt on the female partner. Maybe it was totally him just being gross. But
Right.
anyways, it just sounds like he ghosted her.
Ooh.
Like didn't even respond.
I am shocked by that because he seemed so grounded and
So
down to earth.
grounded.
And
Like why do the show? But I
that's
guess
the
he's in a
weird
relationship
thing.
with someone else.
You
So
know,
crazy.
that is crazy. There a lot of time this has happened before. Not on, I don't know about, Love Hotel's new. On some of the shows, you'll kind of find out later that like they intimate some romance or they maybe even are having some kind of flirtation. And then you find out that they've been having like a secret relationship behind the scenes with somebody else. And
Oh my
then they get
gosh.
weird and they don't want it to come out. It's so yeah, it's like, and that I understand more than this because this is a dating show.
Yeah,
So
like what were you
why
thinking?
come
All I
on?
can think, and this is again maybe me, and it's been a few weeks since I've looked this stuff up. It might just be conclusions that I drew based on the stuff that I was reading. So this is all alleged, but it seemed to me like maybe he wasn't in a serious relationship, and then between the time that the show
Mm,
ended and started to air or whatever, that relationship became more serious. And but instead
I
of doing the right
mean,
thing, he just pretended like it didn't happen.
I mean, he ghosted her on Halloween. That's so ridiculous. That's like,
So silly. And also, of course, she was like, oh, well, like that seems to
yeah,
be what her official response was like, okay. And I think
whatever.
she and Phil are still friends,
Yeah.
maybe. And
Which
like,
I love. I could see them
yeah,
hanging out, like being
yeah,
all fancy and going to parties and
yeah.
yeah. I love that too, that they were both models, him and Theo. And
I
they showed,
know.
I love these shows when they show like flashback pictures of people. It's so
Yes.
much fun. They showed a flashback of Ralph at one point.
Yes.
He had this
Ralph. Oh my
long,
God.
shaggy hair. I was like, what? Um,
I looked
but
up Phil's website.
oh, you did?
He's like I don't understand the money situation. I don't know where his money
Okay.
comes from, but he's like a CEO of some um business that I didn't understand, like
Okay.
corporation or whatever. And it seems like he does modeling on the side and has for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting guy.
Oh, I love it. I love that you're like an investigator, Carla, and
Yeah,
this
I
is
am.
making me really happy because I do this sometimes with the
Yeah.
other shows. So,
Maybe it's a CFO. I can't remember if he was a CEO or I didn't. Of course, here's why I'm not a great investigator is because I write nothing down. I
oh,
just I
and
just
then I
spend
write
time reading it.
everything down.
Yeah, and I just like go down the rabbit hole by myself and then weeks later I'm like I don't remember. This is what I think it was.
That's okay. You'd make a good reality star, I think, because a lot of times they'll be like, "You said this or you did this," and they'll be like, "I don't recall.
I don't recall.
I don't remember that."
Show me the tape.
And then they do, and it's like, yeah, and then
Oh,
they
then
still
I
say
guess I
they
did.
didn't do it. Then I guess I did.
Hey, it
Oh
sounds like
man.
our president. Maybe that's where he picked up those skills.
I mean, maybe. Ooh, yep. Mm. Oh, I had one more thing to say about Giselle, and I don't remember what it was. Anyway, oh, I think that. I guess I don't know Theo's status or that relationship. To
Hmm.
me, it's such a lighthearted show that I would feel like if you were in a casual relationship and then it got serious in the meantime, it would be understood, hey, I filmed this 8 to 10
Exactly.
months ago, and I don't know. That's
It's weird.
what? Okay.
Which then leads you to believe that something more
Right.
gross was actually happening just
Yeah.
by nature of being so silent and to the point where he's like not engaging with any of it. Even the
Yeah.
producers, I don't think, are able to get a hold of him. So, anyways,
Wow. Very interesting. I, and I also, what do you think about this? Because he was one of the new batch. They brought in
yeah,
a new group in like, I feel like episode 5 or 6 even.
yeah,
And I did feel like they maybe had an unfair disadvantage, the new people, because
hmm,
I personally, as a viewer, I was like, I'm attached to all these other people.
exactly.
And so it's an interesting thing that he made it to the end.
It is, yeah. It means he
So,
made an impression, but no, I agree. And also, it seemed like so. I bet they're not going to do that next season, or if they do, it's going to
mm,
happen much sooner. They're not going to
okay.
wait so long. I would think because I felt
Yeah.
like the show kind of got a little less not interesting, but just like you were saying, like I'm not paying as much attention to what's going on because
Hmm.
I'm not as invested in these new people
Hmm.
that are then a lot of them were gone by the end of that episode too. So even the
Very
ones that I
quick.
was interested in, I was like, oh, well, they're gone already. So it just felt like a waste of
Yeah.
time.
It was such
Yeah.
a blip. Yeah, that'll be interesting in season 2. I do really love how they tweak specifically like game show type
Yeah.
shows in reality, like The Traders, which I don't think you've seen, but it's amazing. They'll
Yeah.
just do different things in the season because they're like, ooh, this worked, or people are on to us, so we got to switch it up, kind of a
Right.
thing.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. Yeah, I have also some specific notes of just moments and stuff. I think let's just go through the rest of the couples
Yeah.
though first.
Great.
So the next one, let's see. Let's talk about Shannon and Earl the Pearl. That was
Yeah.
a roller coaster.
That was like the most intriguing relationship, I thought, when all was said and done. Just
Hmm.
because like there was some darkness there that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Like it was very like fun and kind of positive, and then all of a sudden it felt like,
Ooh,
uh-oh, this might be a little toxic.
yes.
Him specifically, like it really kind of changed. At the beginning, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, she's so toxic to him. And then I was like, oh no, I think he's maybe cuckoo.
Yeah, it was kind of a interesting back and forth. It was like episode 3, there was the vegetable thing, and it was
Yes.
so, it took it such a turn. Like
Yes. Remind me exactly what happened with that.
they were at a big group dinner, and he said, I don't eat vegetables. And she's like,
Right.
what? What?
Yeah, she got
You
so
don't eat
upset.
vegetables? And then he took it, because that was like, okay, Shannon, that's you're
Chill
overreacting.
out.
And
Yeah.
then he took it though as just like, you always coming for me. You're always snapping at me. And then they really got into a fight. So that was the first time. And then the second time, I mean, much more serious with the hurricane that,
Yeah.
came. He has 2 houses, and it did cause some pretty bad damage, it looked like, to one of his houses.
That was a scary hurricane last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was though that she went out to dinner because he said it was going to be fine, or he implied like it's not coming from my house. And then he was so mad at her because you should have been thinking about me all night and you chose to go to a bar. And that, it's like I understand, having a conversation about it, like, hey, actually, I should have said something. It really upset me that you left because I had this huge thing on my mind. But just to like leave the room and not talk to her is
It
like
was bananas.
horrible. And she's had
Yeah.
really bad relationships prior to this. So like to do something like that and have her questioning everything, I thought was pretty bad.
Yeah, I did think she was like sniping at him for ridiculous reasons. So I
Yeah.
was kind of on his side at first, calling
Uh-huh.
her out on it. Although it felt a little immature the way he called her out on it.
Yeah.
but that's fine. Like his feelings were hurt. But that part with the hurricane and him getting upset that she went out after he told her to go
Yeah.
out, and like that felt like something that I would have done when I was 20 years old
Oh,
to my college boyfriend, be like, you should have known that I was
yes.
feeling this way. How could you not read my mind? Like before I was in a real adult relationship and understood
Yeah.
maturity, like that was so crazy to me. And I immediately was like, no. And I was on,
Mm-mm.
and I could tell with Giselle, like
Oh,
Giselle was like, get out of this now. And
sh
that made me love her even more because I was like, yes, this is a bad sign. It's a huge red
yeah.
flag.
No, she
Yeah.
cannot hide with her face. She was like, her eyes were rolling back. She was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Yeah.
Because, well, two things. And Shannon, before that, did this amazing thing where she found his stepson and like
Yeah.
hired her lawyer or had her, did this really wonderful thing. So they had these moments of real genuine connection. So I know
Yes.
we're talking about this bad part, yet that it was also really lovely to watch. They had so many moments of genuine connection,
Yeah.
and he made her light up and feel good, and vice versa. And he does seem like a really sweet, caring person.
Yep.
Yet, yeah, then when they went back to the couch the next day and Joel was asking them the questions, Shannon picked him again. And that's when Giselle's face was like, and then Giselle brought up the point that on Shannon's DUI anniversary, he didn't text her or
Yeah.
check in. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I forgot about that. Whew.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yep.
know, and to his credit, he did apologize and say, I should have said something. I should have, in both scenarios.
Yeah.
Yet,
I mean, I can understand how much pressure he must have been under and how stressful that was.
yeah,
Like these hurricanes are no joke,
yeah,
like that's really scary, but it just was not a good look the way that he treated her.
yeah, that
So I was
was,
kind of out after that. I was like, I'm
yeah,
not into this. I don't want them to be together. And then good news. I mean,
they're
even
not.
though she picked him, but they're not together anymore.
Yeah. It seems like they did try for a couple months though,
I
which
think
is
so. Yeah. And so I don't know if it was the distance or whatever, but
mhm.
there wasn't like a lot of information that I could find. It was just more like they just split it amicably kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I did think I thought this was a great side of Shannon. I'm kind of glad you met her through this
Yeah.
show because she has a lot of ups and downs in Orange County and she's one of my favorites. She's a flawed human being, yet,
Yeah.
you see her heart come through in this show. Like she really was, I don't know, she was very sweet in a lot of
And I
it.
appreciated her trying, like
Mhm.
continuing to try with him,
Yes.
um, when she could have like kicked him to the curb a couple times.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I was going to say. There were mo because she also can't hide on her face and like with the shirt thing. And then he was
Yeah.
he was dancing on the boat and he looked so happy. Like he was having
Yes.
so much fun. They were on this boat ride and her face was just like this
What
is
is
the most
happening?
cringe thing I've ever seen. And then every time he would dance, her face would just like ugh. But then she was trying, so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So last couple or person that we wanted to know about is Ashley. So Ashley and Wale, and then Ashley and Ralph.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
This was a wild ride for the three of them. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why Wale like hung in there.
Mm-mm.
I was not, I don't know. I mean, Ashley's like young and gorgeous and very smart and very funny. And like she has a lot to offer, but she really was kind of being a little gross, I thought, and I know she was like, this is a game show. This is what I'm here
Yeah,
for. And she's right. Like that's true. She's there to meet people, but the I just don't know how I also don't want to be like a slut shamer. Because like have fun, girl. But it seemed
for
like
sure.
there were emotional promises that
Yes.
were being made that I felt like were a little mean.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I totally agree. I thought she was playing games with him, and he said it
Yeah.
multiple times, and he said
Yeah,
it in the
yeah.
confessionals. He's like, she's like a PlayStation controller, and she's playing me,
Yes.
or something like that. And then I thought he was also very direct with her. Like the whole
Yes.
time, he'd be like, "Hey." At one point, he even said, "Hey, can you give me some grace when I'm talking? Because I'm not sending anything negative your way." Like he always kind of said, said like, "Hey, it makes me feel this kind of way when you're
Yeah.
flirting with this person across the room and we just had this moment." And then she would do it
Yeah.
again in like
Yeah.
in front of him. She'd be like in they when they all went to the spa and she's just with Ralph in the other pool or hot tub and he's just sitting there watching it. And then she's like, "Hey, Wale, can we have a moment?" And he's like, "No," which I kind of
Yeah.
loved.
I
And
did too.
I know she was like, "I don't like the way that made me feel," or whatever, but I was kind of like, stand up for yourself. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I felt like she was being a little gross. Yeah.
And then she'd be
Just
like, "I
because
could see myself falling in love with you." Anyway,
exactly.
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like it wasn't just like kissing, two guys, like whatever, but it was like I have all this real connection with you and like
Hmm.
anything that you would say to somebody when you're falling in love with them. I just felt bad for him. And I
Me
was so
too.
glad when he did that. And then I was so disappointed when he went back and tried
Yeah.
again with her. I was like, man, because he seems like such a great guy. I don't think she's a bad person. I also
No.
understand like she's playing this, it's a game show and
Yeah.
whatever, whatever. But he just has so much to offer as a
Uh-huh.
person. I was like, I think you deserve better, buddy. But that's just my opinion.
Totally. Yeah. I was pretty invested. I mean, I was invested in the Shannon and Earl thing, and then I was really
Yeah.
invested in Wale. And the thing was, all the other ladies were like, pick Wale. Like, what are you
Yes. What
doing?
are you doing? And I could see there was sexual chemistry between
Yeah.
her and Ralph. Like it was very
Sure.
clear that she
Yeah.
was into him. And I didn't I liked Ralph,
Yeah.
like I he was fine.
Yeah.
He was pretty straightforward with her, but like the age difference was a bit of an ick, which is funny to say because my husband's a decade older than me. I don't know what their age difference was, but
It was bigger than that. Yeah. It was a
yeah, I
couple
have to sneeze.
decades.
Sorry.
Bless you. Oh,
Sorry.
you have the
Um
cutest sneeze. Oh my God.
because I'm clenching my butt so I don't pee when I sneeze. So it comes out a million times. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and he seemed like he had his shit together. He knew who he was. He was pretty like honest with her about his
Yeah.
opinion on things. Like there was nothing wrong with Ralph. I was a little concerned because it was a lot of like he clearly wants to have sex with her.
Oh yeah.
And that seemed to, as at least how the show was edited, that seemed to be the priority that I
Yeah.
was, absorbing from their relationship. And he seemed like baffled that she was into him. So I think there was like a
Yes.
lot of like this weird older guy kind of like, oh my God, this younger
Whoa.
girl likes me. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if that's the kind of thing to build a relationship on. Like just go have sex and like
Yeah.
have fun, but like why would you choose him to build the
Right.
relationship on?
Yeah, that's interesting. And I think you're spot on with that. I also think like he was pretty nice, chill
Yeah.
when people would reveal things. And I thought this pretty across the board with the guys they chose. They were like,
Yeah.
"Okay." Like Ashley
Yeah.
would be like, "I've been in a relationship with a woman. Might again." Okay. Great. Like
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah.
was I just thought the casting on this show, I was pretty impressed by overall the guys that they chose. Like
Me too. Yeah.
they weren't like there wasn't like here's the villain, you know. I
Right.
like James was
Right.
a little creepy, yet he
Yeah.
wasn't like a villain. Like
Right.
yeah, it was
No,
interesting.
you're right. You're right. Like even those moments from Earl that were kind of toxic, they felt very like discovered as opposed to like planned. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, totally. Yeah, it felt very authentic, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting they brought Mark back. He's the one that looked like the sea captain. And honestly, when they brought him back,
Yeah.
I was excited. I was like, I wanted to see more of this guy. And then
Yeah.
he pretty quickly, it was clear he just, I don't know, he wasn't connecting with Luann. And then he tried to go for Giselle. And she's like,
Oh, it was
no,
so
sir.
embarrassing.
No, sir.
She's absolutely not. I am
Yeah.
not a sloppy second. Good
Yeah.
for you, Giselle.
Yeah.
Also, like he was I thought he was interesting as like a person, but I didn't feel like, oh, this is romantic, you
Right.
know?
Totally.
Yeah.
So a couple, I'm just gonna go through like
We
little
we should say
notes.
that she chose
Oh,
Ralph, right?
yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she chose Ralph. I was very upset. I
Yeah,
felt
I
like
was
she was
surprised.
Yeah, when they started with her and Wale and they didn't cut back to Ralph, I was like, oh no. Ugh. And I was surprised too because I thought that she and Wale had found their way back to each other. So that
Yeah.
was a bummer, I thought. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and okay, so did you read what happened?
I think so. Yes.
So
You
what
can
did you
say it
read?
though.
I bet we read the same thing. You can go. Go ahead.
Well, maybe I didn't because I'm taking it off the show said that they kind of kept in touch and they showed some texts and I kind of pressed pause on the text to see like he was doing like I'm checking in on you every 3 months, still think about you kind of a thing. Beyond that, I don't know. I mean, she didn't end up with Ralph.
No, she and Ralph didn't, it sounded like didn't work out
Nothing.
at all.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. And then she and Wale are still in touch. So it sounds like they're gonna try to, I think something was said like they're gonna try to get together or something like
Okay.
that to hang out, or whatever.
Great.
So that's cute. And then I looked up Ralph's social media.
Oh my God. I can't believe I haven't done this.
Um, yeah, it's weird to like go from, Ashley's Instagram, which is like 3 million or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. And then see Ralph and it's like, 3,000 or whatever it
Right.
was, which is what I have. So
Yeah,
no,
same.
no probs. But yeah, it was just weird. And there was nothing about the show on his
Huh.
Instagram,
Okay.
which I thought was also very odd.
That's
What's his last name? I can't
I don't
remember.
know his last name. That's so odd to me because I feel like he came out looking great on the show, as did the
Yeah,
Theo guy. I'm like, if Theo had come on and looked like a complete asshole, I would
right.
get not doing press and not wanting to do it. But they
Yep,
both
yep.
were edited really well.
I have to look up his as
Yeah.
we're doing this.
Oh
It's
my God.
fine. We'll
I
just keep
can't wait.
talking.
No, it's
Ralph
good. It's good.
Mastrangelo, he's like, okay,
Mastrangelo. Ooh.
everybody look up with us. Oh, it's private.
Oh, it's private. Was
Maybe
it
it was
private
on his
before?
Facebook. I feel like
Okay.
I saw his pictures.
Oh, I'm sure you did. He may
Maybe
have
he went
since
private.
made it private because
Yeah.
who knows? I mean, we get weird, us fans. We stalk
Yep.
people. So
Ashley is following him. Oh, she only has 694,000, which she should have more
yeah,
followers,
it's
which is
still a
pretty
lot,
great.
but it's
I
not
mean, it's a lot for me, but it's
not
not compared
millions.
to,
Yeah.
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 Shannon has 1.3 million, which is a lot,
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, Shannon's
And
a star. Luann is also a star.
Luann has a million.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I texted you that I was surprised that Shannon had
Oh,
more
you
than
did. You
than
did.
Luann.
I am surprised by that a little, but they're
Because
both,
yeah,
yeah. Hmm.
because I had heard of Luann before I ever watched any of this. So she was already like in the, although I didn't know who she was, but I'd heard of
Right.
the Countess or whatever. Yeah.
I think it might be because Orange County, I mean, it's the oldest franchise, and I still think it's very popular.
Okay.
So New York was, one of the most popular as well, but for some reason, OC is like, I don't know. And Shannon's awesome, I think. So
Yeah, I
I
like her
wrote
too.
down just random notes, not much, just things that popped up. Oh God, I love Luann. She can't ever stop talking about her cabaret shows, like,
Oh my God, I
and her
love it so
singing.
much.
At one point she's like, "Oh, listen to my voice. I'm trying to practice. I've got to do my shows." And then at one point she was working out with, I think it was Captain of the Sea guy, Mark, and she's doing bicep curls, and she's like, what did she say? I gotta do cabaret shows, so I've got to make sure my arms look buff, which I died. And then she's like, and I gotta fit into my Giovanni dresses, which you saw the video for Feelin' Giovanni. That's the
Yes.
fashion line, but it just makes me
Wait,
laugh.
we can't move on without talking about how great that impression was you just did of
I kind of felt
her.
bad about it, but just like, but her voice is
No,
like,
it's
she's
so
like,
good.
darling, I gotta do cabaret. Oh, she just every chance she gets, she will try to insert that she's a cabaret star. I mean, she
Yeah.
did it at least 10 times in the 4 episodes I watched just now, and I love it. I love it. We are
Yeah, it's
definitely
really
going
cute.
to go at some point to her show.
I would do that.
So,
Yep.
at one point, it cracked me up because they go, they have all these times where they have to meet Joel and the host of the show and then all of the men. And one time they met on the beach and he's just wearing a Speedo and that made me laugh out loud. I I thought he
Yes.
was a really fun host for the show and I just started, I don't know, it just made me laugh. I was not expecting it and he's just
Yeah.
standing there rocking a Speedo. So
So
funny.
funny.
Um, let's
Did
see.
you say you
Oh,
had gossip about him?
well, yeah, we'll talk. I mean, we can chat now. It's not, yeah. Did you look up what happened with him and
I
Shannon?
didn't. I remember
Okay.
seeing the headlines like a month or two ago, and I didn't investigate it.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this now because I kind of hate to drag it back up, but it when it happened, I was like, whoa. Like, so apparently at the after party, after well not apparent allegedly, although we've seen it at the after party he and Shannon kind of got into it, or maybe they didn't even get into it and he just was seething. He basically said that she was a nightmare on set and that she was so rude to somebody that he really cared about. So he put on his, I think it was Instagram stories. I'm going to actually read it to you because I don't think I can do it justice. So it's after the rap
Uh,
party. He wrote, just because you're a pathetic drunk on a reality television show best known for a string of failed relationships and a DUI does not make you a star and does not give you license to treat the people you work with like they are subhuman. Now, then he was told to delete it, and then he wrote another thing that said, don't regret it. Hope you screenshot it. Hope she suffers. I can't imagine what John Jansen went through, poor guy. And that's her ex that so pretty wild for and he's in the comedy community. I just like I feel weird even saying these things, but like pretty wild thing to put out there.
yeah, that's like, I mean, well, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, I know. I know. This is like the most gossipy thing we've said so far ever, I think.
So, giving him the benefit of the doubt,
Mhm.
sh let's assume that she was a nightmare, but such a nightmare that it inspired him to drag her on socials. Like, that's
Yeah.
bananas. Now, the flip side is maybe he overreacted, I guess. I don't know. When you don't know what is hard to
Right. It's
like
a
take sides, you know?
it's a pretty wild thing to think about though, because this is a new show, hasn't aired yet.
Hmm.
The network, I mean, they had just wrapped, and to
Yeah.
have something like that happen, can you imagine the panic they must have all been,
Yeah. So this was
So
before it aired?
this was after the wrap party. So it was like right
Oh,
after
the
they
wrap
filmed.
party. You said after party, and I thought it was one of
Oh,
those what are the couch sessions or
yeah. Oh,
something.
Andy's couch time with
Yeah.
Andy. No, it was the wrap party. Yes. So right at
Oh,
the
so
end
this
of
was like
filming.
last fall.
Yes. So, and then it
Whoa.
goes on to say that Joel claimed Shannon was a terror for the entire 3 weeks who humiliates the crew. And he said Shannon was terrible to someone he really loves at the wrap party. Now, according to Luann, Joel apologized to the cast and then posted an apology on Instagram. And he said, I wish I could say that I was not the guy who posted those statements on Instagram, but the fact is that I am. I let an on-set conflict cloud my judgment and access the darkest, ugliest part of myself and said things I don't stand by or even believe, and I am deeply sorry. He acknowledged Shannon's extraordinarily hard year and apologized for potentially making her road to stability more difficult. So he did apologize, and apparently Shannon didn't think it was genuine. She was like, "Look, we all get tired. Okay, I haven't eaten. I'm exhausted. I need to walk away." But I wasn't berating and screaming. All I can say is I didn't do what he said, and I don't treat people subhuman. And apparently, she's never spoken to him again. So,
Whoa.
yeah. Ah,
And did any of the other cast say anything?
I don't think so. I think that it just was Luann's thing. Um, Yeah.
Oh, I want to know the
I
truth.
know, right? And I feel like we never will.
We'll never know because maybe he's a nightmare. Like, I don't
We
know.
don't know. We don't know. I mean, all I know, I've heard him on multiple podcasts. He seems hilarious and he's a true Bravo
Yeah,
fan. So, yeah, I was shocked. I was like, wait, what? What just happened? Yeah.
that's so. Oh, I mean, I appreciate that he
Yeah.
apologized. Not that it matters if I appreciate it or not, but
Well, it does. I mean, it's anytime somebody takes accountability, I think
yeah,
is a
yeah,
good thing. And, you know,
totally.
she might not be a walk in the park,
Right, right.
but
I mean, I
to
kind
say
of feel
those
like
things,
to say those things, she must have really hurt him.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I don't
can't,
know.
yeah.
Fascinated. I'm fascinated. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a deep dive on Reddit today when we
Oh,
get
yeah,
off.
good idea. Yes, yes. Let's see what else. Oh, this made me laugh really hard. When the dentist came on, was the dentist Theo or was that somebody else? Who's the
Yeah,
dentist?
I
So,
think Theo's a dentist. Yeah.
so when they brought the new guys in and Theo comes on, they just show snippets of all the ladies chatting with the new guys, and Shannon, she just goes, I have multiple root canals in here. I mean, it's like a death mouth. It's like, first of all, you're doing that thing that we all hate as comedians where people go, say something funny. Like, so, doctors get that all the time. Like, oh, can you take a look at this thing? She's like, oh, I got all these. Like, and you're
Yes.
supposed to be romantically connecting and you're talking about having a death mouth.
Gross. So gross.
It's so her, though. She has no filter at all. That made me laugh so hard. Oh, and then we already talked about the Love Hotel song, but
Ugh,
Luann, they sang it like three times, and then they sang it at the end of the show. It it's pretty funny.
it was
Uh,
ridiculous.
from a production standpoint, because I'm always interested in these things, and I think you are too. At one point, Wale went into Ashley's suite, and he was like, whoa, your room looks nothing like our rooms.
Yes.
And I was
That
like,
was funny.
oh, yeah, the ladies have these nice suites. And then the guys are shoved into the smallest room in the hotel, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And they showed Earl packing up his suite because Shannon asked him to move in with her, which was such a random thing. I guess I could see, like, how do we live together? Here's the trial
Yeah.
for one night. But they showed his room and it kind of looked like a cruise ship cabin. Like
Oh, I didn't even notice. That's funny. But I was about to say that when you just were talking about it. It's probably like a cruise ship cabin
yeah,
where there's
it
like
was
no windows.
yeah, it was really small. I mean, at least the part they showed, it was like a
Yeah.
counter and his suitcase. So I was like, okay, okay, I
That's so
get it.
funny.
Yeah, the
Also, it makes them
guys,
work harder. Makes them work harder
exactly.
because
Got
they're
to
like,
stay.
maybe I can stay in the suite with the lady.
Ooh, get upgraded. And they didn't even let the new guys check in because they eliminated half of them the first day. I was like, oh, wow.
That was not produced well. I can't imagine them doing that again. It just seemed like a
Yeah.
waste of time.
Yeah. I would feel really bad if I was that person. Like, you probably
Yeah.
had months of buildup of getting cast and, or maybe months or weeks, like, flew all the way there. And then you're
Yeah.
just like, gone.
Yep.
Ugh. At one point, those guys really did turn on James, and they were like, one guy was like, I'd punch you. I was like, oh, it got like
Yeah.
very heated. I just wrote that down. We already talked about it. I just thought that was interesting.
Ralph made me laugh with him. He was like, this guy's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He just seemed like such a grown up
Yeah,
compared to the other guy.
it's so true. Yeah, that's all I have though. I mean,
Yep.
I really enjoyed it. I loved the setting. Having just come back from Hawaii and then watching them at the resort, I was like, I want to go there. I want to just
Yeah.
be on vacation still. So, I feel like Love Hotel was a win.
Yep. Agreed. So,
Yeah.
so fun. So, so fun.
So, so fun. So we know that the season's over and you're hearing this way after the fact. If you haven't watched it, like I said, go back, binge it. It's so
Yeah.
good. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a second season based off this because it seems like it was pretty
I
well
think it did
received.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing about it like randomly on socials and stuff. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the Love Hotel. We're gonna switch things up soon. We're gonna have some guests coming on. We know we still have a couple series for Carla to get through, and we will get there, we promise. Any last thoughts,
nope.
Carla?
I can't wait. Let's do
Can't
it.
wait.
Let's do
Let's
Orange
do it.
County next.
Let's do Orange County. I got to give you a Shannon. I got to give you a Shannon
Yeah,
now.
give me a
I
good
think I
Shannon
do.
one
I think I
so I can
do.
form my own opinions as to
E-
whether or not she's a nightmare.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Bravo Bubble. I am Robin Lynn Norris.
And I'm Carla Kakowski.
So we hope that you are checking the show notes because we do drop some really fun things in there. We want to thank all of
Robin
you.
works so hard on the show notes. She does it all. Check them out.
I don't do it all. They are
Yes,
fun
you
though.
do. Don't lie. 100% you do it. They're really good.
Well,
They're really good.
it
Yeah.
is really fun, and I feel like it's like an online journey of our friendship in a way. Like it's
Yes,
kind of like a
totally.
record. So that's fun to do.
That's
And
cute.
we really appreciate all the followers. Leave us a review if you haven't already on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really, really helps us a lot. So we would
Yeah.
love to hear from you. And the music you're listening to is by the brilliant Krista Duggan.
And our official photography is by Ian Zandy.
That's it. Thanks, Carla. Thanks,
Thanks, Robin.
everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.
Hi, everyone. Robin here with your next Bravo Bubble assignment. As promised, we are going to Orange County, and ooh, this was a tough one for me to pick. 18 seasons. Where are you gonna start? I had to give a good Shannon episode, so we're going to season 10, episode 2, Take a Swing. Give it a watch and then come back and hear our thoughts. Bye.